Yes, I'm live. I'm live. And after the show, make sure you log on to doggiedimondstv.com. That is my official website. On there, you're going to see videos you definitely missed. You're going to hear audio that you might not have known I put out. Also, as ways to contact me. You can leave me a voice message on there as well. doggiedimondstv.com. Listen, and have you heard about my $100 promo deal? If you didn't, let me give you some details really quick. First and foremost, the promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV. That's the Insta stories, the YouTube communities, the threads, the Facebook, and the Twitter accounts for both accounts. I can promote whatever you need. But as a reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you bring more awareness to your product. Look, if you got a YouTube you're trying to jump off, if you got a mixtape you put out, a song, a video, you got a t-shirt line, clothing line, you got to send me some though. I can help you get that out there to all my viewers. Just hit me up at Doggie Diamonds TV. No, at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Only $100. I don't know where you getting this reach for only $1. Make sure you reach out. Listen, man. And many of you say, yo, man, how could I get an interview? Well, you can hit me up for an interview too. Reach out to me at Doggie Diamonds. Hop on a special offer. 35-minute interview. Social media promo comes with it. It could be live streamed or taped. And an additional guest can be in your interview, meaning it could be you, your homeboy, you, and your moms. I don't care who with you. I got a seat for you and your people. Let's go. Yes, I'm back. And as we go back to the original beat, once the change happened, I'm about to do some changes a little bit. Don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
yes. Says RP, what's up? You missed a mean one last night. Enlightened Ones, I see you. Brooklyn GQ is in the building. Tay Luciano Media is in the building as well. EC is here in that green. That means they are a member of the channel. We need them likes to go up too. Make sure them likes go up. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I know y'all been watching football all day, watching the games. There's so much going on. So I be letting y'all enjoy what y'all want to enjoy and just come on after everything, for like the wind down, You can kick it. I'm gonna let y'all call in tonight too. City Boy Floyd, I see you in the building. But I need them likes to go up. We got a few people in here. We don't got them likes liking. Them likes is very, very important. Last night, them likes took us over the top. So we know we gotta compete with that every night. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes. And when you hear Doggie Diamonds did this, that means I did the lighting, I did the music, I did the videos, I did everything pertaining to what you see on the screen. So tonight, I want to tackle a question that's been going on for like the last month. Well, I had the question. Maybe y'all wasn't questioning it, but it's been so many back and forths. And I started thinking, damn, in this situation in life, would I want to be Jim Jones or Tony Yayo as far as their career? I'm going to give my spill and then y'all can give me y'all spill. Curtis Penn, I see you in the building. Yes. I know it's late. It's Sunday, meaning you got work in the morning. You might be going to work now. De Niro, ETV, what's going on? No Fabrication TV is in the building as well. Say J718 is in the building. Jamal Phillips. Yes. As y'all file in, make sure you hit that like. That like is important. If you don't know how to hit the like button because you're looking at it at the phone, all you got to do is leave the live, hit like, and come right back. Or if you didn't hit the like while you're here, make sure when you leave your comment later on, you hit that like. The comments is very, very important. Mr. Q, what's going on? Hopefully everything is well with you. Richard Asante, I see you in the building as well. You know it. If you got a Twitter account or anything, just hit the share button as well. Just share. We want other people to join us. And when you hit the like, people, we get a packed house. Everybody come through. We start talking. We talking hip hop tonight. I know that's not really popular these days. Nobody really be wanting to talk about hip hop. They want to talk about everything else. So we give them some of that. We give them some of everything. But we gonna talk some hip hop tonight. What's up, everybody? I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I'm looking for my. Oh, okay. Both phones is here. The super chat is available as well as the Cash App pinned to the top. I don't know about nobody else on their channel, but I like financial support. People think it's cool to say, I'm not pinning no Cash App, or I don't care about Cash App, or I don't want super chats. That's them. I want support. Okay, so the super chat is open. I pay for a phone line so y'all could call in. So it is what it is. So Dave Brown, I see you. Dave Brown said Tony Yayo is the hood Farnsworth Bentley. Okay, so based off going off other platforms, Tony Yayo on another platform, he doesn't believe that Jay-Z helps Bleak. And I don't know what Jay-Z does for Bleak. I don't know what none of these niggas do for each other. I don't even care. Don't even matter. I don't be watching niggas' pockets to see who help who. I be having so much stuff to worry about with these bum-ass rappers I be dealing with. I don't know what they doing. Because rappers get mad at you, boy. If you don't like they posts or you don't put them on little lists and shit, or you're not all in their comments with them fire emojis, even though you might think it's straight up and down whack, they get mad at you. So niggas been unfollowing me lately. I've been going through a lot myself, but I don't care though. I don't care. You know, just being real. I don't care. I would never cater to a rapper, especially these niggas that I helped. And I helped a lot of them when they were down and out. I helped a lot of them when nobody wanted to fuck with them. And then they just think you're a fan now. So you got to fan out every time. They could drop some shit digging up their nose and you better hit like. And if you don't hit like, you're a hater. Well, guess what? Anyway, so the conversation has been going back and forth. Of course, Jim Jones got drug into it willingly because he went and did a show with Memphis Bleak, and they brought up Yayo, and Jim Jones tried to say Tony Yayo's a custody, and they were just talking about whether Jay-Z helps Bleak. Jim Jones brought up Yayo after Bleak brought him up and said what he said, because Jim Jones been going back and forth with 50, Cameron, everybody and their mama go at Jim Jones. So Jim Jones is fiery. He gonna say what he got to say. He gonna speak how he feel. And then I started thinking about it. I said, damn. Both of them from New York City. Both of them were like second in charge of their respective crews. Jim Jones was the capo. Tony Yayo was the recruiter of the artists and street guys and all that. Of course, 50 was the star of G-Unit. Cameron was the star of Dipset. But Yayo and Jim Jones were needed. Although people to say Banks is a better rapper than Yayo. I'm not going to disagree with that. But Yayo was the needed piece. People will say Jewels was better than Jim Jones. I'm not even going to disagree on that, but Jim Jones was needed. Somehow the second in command of these respective crews traded, shots. But then when I started thinking about it, I was like, damn, but as far as a career, who career would I want? Now, I rock with both of them. I see an error on my screen, and I see the glitch. There we go. I see I don't like that. Hold on, let me fix that. Yeah, there we go. The glitch was bothering me going over the live. It was just something, right? So I started thinking, like, who career would I want? Both of them made some money. They got some notoriety. They both, I would say, household names. But who career would I want? Because regardless of what we start thinking about the individual, as far as a career, whose career would you want? Would you want to be Tony Yayo at this position in life, or would you want to be Jim Jones in this position of life? And I rock with both of them. Yayo, huge respect to Yayo. Always showed me love, always gave me anything I've asked for as far as interview content, shouted me out in spaces that he didn't have to. So I respected. Jim Jones always showed me love. I've spoken to him a few times about doing content. He was just like, when you want to do it. So I don't got nothing bad to say about any of them guys. But I'm talking about from artistry to where they at. Whose career would I want? So let's break down the careers right now. We have Jim Jones, right? Jim Jones is somebody who's, first of all, not even supposed to be a rapper because he didn't come into the culture to rap. He since went from hype man doing damn cartwheels in the street to Cameron saying they used him. They used him for his crib to being a guy that was in the street that was protecting, and I don't want to say protecting Cam, not like he needed protection, but he would be in the first line of defense. Jim Jones, he would definitely put his livelihood and his physical on the line so Cam don't get hurt. To somebody that started directing videos, that started rapping and doing ad-libs, to being his own man today. Because I'm going to be real with y'all, a lot of people don't want to say that, but if Cam had it his way, I don't think Jim Jones would be shit. You know, just like I don't think Cameron's a good leader or a good boss. That's just my personal opinion. So I think Jim took what he took, the knowledge that he acquired, and turned into Jim Jones. And he wasn't supposed to be Jim Jones, this guy that's sitting before us right now that has a career, who made records that are memorable, who made records that charted, who made, we know, everybody know who he is. Whether he's famous or infamous. So I kind of respect somebody who comes from obscurity and was the hidden gem, no pun intended, and ain't even supposed to be here, and turned into what he turned into. I think that that's dope. I know Jim has a bad attitude to some. I know he's very temperamental. I know he's the eldest YN, but no, Birdman took that title now. Birdman is the oldest YN now. Jim Jones could just take a breather and calm down. Birdman is officially the oldest YN. Officially. It don't get no more oldest YN than Birdman. But Jim Jones is here today making something of himself, being able to support himself and his family. And we didn't even know who the hell he was. We was just like, yo, who the dude with the perm? That's what Cam. That's what I said. So we have that. To even having his own movement. And, Jim Jones, he has accolades. Then on the other hand, we have Tony Yayo, who has this monster of an artist who wasn't always a monster as an artist, was somebody that was on the cusp of greatness, got shot, had record deals, lost record deals, then got another opportunity and turned the pot into gold, which is 50 Cent. And then he's been his right-hand man since the inception of 50 Cent. Got arrested early. They had an incredible mixtape run. We ain't gonna forget about them G-Unit mixtapes. Although the Dipset mixtape was lit too. We not gonna front. Thoughts of a Predicate Felon album came out after he got out of prison. The G-Unit album. Yayo's a Necessary Evil. I love So Seductive. That's one of my joints. Yayo to me, I don't love hoes. I'm saying, although it's not a classic, So Seductive is a record that had a moment that you will remember. And he's been on classic records with 50 Cent, the classic mixtapes. If 50 just did a mixtape run, Yayo has to be in there. Although Lloyd Banks was the superior lyricist to 50 and Yayo. But 50 knew how to make records. Yayo knew how to do the street thing. And Banks just knows how to rap. As long as 50 is doing something, Yayo got a job. As long as 50 is doing a movie, Yayo could be put in the movie. As long as he's doing a series, he could be in the series. As long as 50 is doing an album, whatever, he could be in that. And 50 is going to tour forever because 50 has a classic album or two, questionable 3, but he definitely has 2. He has these mixtape records. He got a million features. But 50 could tour for Get Rich or Die Trying for the rest of his life. Because somebody somewhere is always going to hear, go shorty, it's your birthday. Somebody's always going to want to hear that. So Yayo, as long as he's on stage with him, he going to get that. It's so deep that it even trickled down to Uncle Murder, who's my brother. You know what I'm saying? I've never shit on Uncle Murder. That's really literally my bro. Like, I knew Uncle Murder since he was 12. To where Uncle Murder could make a song a year. Uncle Murder makes one song a year. And is a household name now due to that wrap up and then being on the road with 50 Cent. Different countries, tours, everything. He just reaps the benefit of being down with 50 Cent. But Yayo has reaped it the most as far as he stayed loyal to 50 even when 50 threw him in the bushes. 50 wanted to pay him to do his own podcast, which I think if Yayo did his own podcast and wasn't a guest, I think it would be humongous for him. What I do expect out of these artists and these podcasts is I do want more information given. I don't want a lot of artists to speak about random topics or what's going on in the news. I think some artists have a lot of information that they're really not given. I think that's missing. So, like, if I executive produce the show with Jim, Fab, Davies, and Mano, I would have something for them to tackle because being that I know how to ask questions well, I also know the questions that y'all want to know, but I just think a lot of people who do these shows, they want to talk about what's going on. We really don't care about your opinion or what you think was going on because a lot of things that's going on is because of you or you had some type of involvement. I think I like what Bleak and Jim did. I like Memory Lane. I like some of that stuff where they go and they speak on stuff that we didn't know. I like the unknown stories of hip hop. That's my favorite part of interviews, is giving us some information that we didn't know. But let's be real. Jim Jones, independent. Tony Yayo, codependent. Tony Yayo has yet to do anything, and this my bro. This ain't no slight, this ain't no diss, but we just telling the truth. Tony Yayo has yet to do anything outside of 50 Cent. Not only because it's his friend, his homie, his bro, but he has yet to establish Tony Yayo. Now, you could be Tony Yayo G-Unit, but you got this going on, you got this going on. And then when you with 50, you do your thing, but outside of 50, it's like if 50 don't call and say, yo, we got this going on and got this going on, I don't think Tony Yayo has established anything that he would work independently. Not saying somebody somewhere might not call him for a show. That's not, I don't know if they will or they won't. But I think head to head, if Jim is performing right here and Yayo is performing right here, I, in my opinion, would be more likely to go to the Jim Jones show. Although I'm taking my heat, putting a razor in my mouth, you know what I'm saying, than a Tony Yayo show. Although Tony Yayo got records I like, but Jim Jones just got a stronger catalog. And I don't even really know why they going at it. I think Jim Jones, our similarities is this. People say stuff to try to push your buttons and then kind of like admire their work. So many times when people will say, yo, he goes off, he crash out, he do this. Many people don't see the chat, or many people don't see what people are saying to me, right? For me to do that. So they'll just see the end result, but they don't see what was said. So they'll be like, oh, he's looking at the camera, he's yelling, he does this. So Jim Jones has, he just gets trolled all day. And one thing I will say for Jim and others, Yayo, everybody, me. Rarely do you meet your hater in person. You meet your hater on the internet. So if people know they're gonna come in the chat and mention certain people's name and know I'm gonna react a certain way because I reacted that way every time, then I started saying, yo, all right, I see what y'all doing. I know how to mend that. I know how to fix that. Because I'm smarter than, than people think they are when they're trying to control my emotions and my feelings or do shit. But damn, I mean, I would lean towards Jim Jones. Jim has been a hustler, a go-getter, and he ain't supposed to be here. You know, they tried to bury him. He's so, I don't want to say relevant, but he's so known that he brought us Max B. Like, we just gotta be real. Although their business didn't go right, but he brought us Max B. Joel's could lean on him now. So many people could lean on Jim. I don't know how many people could lean on Yayo, and Yayo could say, yo, this is such and such. I would want Jim Jones' career. Just a career, not as far as, I don't know how much money nobody got. I don't give a damn about nobody's jewelry. I got my own jewelry, my own money. That's not what I'm talking about, but I'm just saying career. Although Yayo has a lot of accomplishments, like I said, I don't want to seem like I'm undermining him, but when you come from obscurity and people, your somebody that you think is your brother say, we just used you because you had a crib. That shit hurt because you like, damn, I thought it was my bro. So the whole time, y'all wasn't my brother. Y'all used me. You know how painful that must be? Not on no sucker shit. Not that you should go in the corner and cry, but, many of us lead with our heart, right? When we have camaraderie with brotherhood. So nothing is off limits as far as what the boundaries you'll go to make sure your man is straight. So to hear that, you might have went all out and somebody just say, we just use you, Jomo. Like 30 years, 35 years later, you tell your man you just used him, you didn't really fuck with him. I don't know, I didn't like that. Because I thought about how much I did for people for them to might one day say, I never really fucked with you. I just used you. That's foul. But, some people can't do wrong on the internet. They're so funny. People, people will laugh at everything, but, some people don't get checked for their BS. But I want to know from y'all, man. I would pick Jim Jones for sure. Tony Yayo, as long as fit. But see, now this is the flip side. Think about this. If 50 say I'm chilling for 3 years, what Yayo gonna do? Cameron fell back from Jim Jones and them a long time ago. A long time ago. Right around the time he got into that incident with True Life. Right around the time he got into that incident with True Life. So, so Jim ended up doing his thing still. But I want to hear from y'all, man. I want y'all to call in. Of course, I'm going to put the number up. Let me take the Do Not Disturb off because yesterday y'all was calling. I had the Do Not Disturb on. So, let me just make sure I'm right and exact. So when y'all call in, we could definitely have some dialogue. I like calling shows. I like y'all being involved with my show when I'm doing these type of shows. Some shows, of course, some shows I do, I just like to kick it. But then other times I want y'all to chime in. So when I'm doing any versus shows or opinion shows, a lot of times I want y'all opinions. So, let's go ahead and put the number up. Have y'all call in. And that's it. So call me right now, 516-218-68. Whoa. Shout out to the Ruler Report in the building, too. I don't know how your intro just came up. I just clicked your channel. This guy does great work on his show. This is the Ruler Report right here. He's actually here right now in the chat with us. He's joining us. He does great work on his show. I like his camera work. I like the way he do his thing. Make sure you subscribe to the Ruler Report. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal to pay it forward and show people love who rocking with us. 312, you in the building. Whose career would you rather have,
Dog.
Jim Jones or Tony Yayo?
Doggy, what's going on, brother? It's the brother L from Chicago in peace.
Okay, Chicago. Where we going with this?
100% Jim Jones, man.
Okay.
And you know, well, you asked me a question, but I have a very nuanced perspective on this.
Go ahead.
While I do think Tony Yayo, the equivalency of Tony Yayo to the whole, I guess the subject you posed to me is like Memphis Bleak. And not in the sense of ageism, but more so just undying loyalty to this thing you claim it. I think that the reason that, I love Jim Jones, because if you really think about it, Jim Jones raised his skill level in so many, because when you think about breaking artists, and I don't want to take nobody's time, it's not just the MCing that comes into play. It's the look, the message, the branding. And I think that, what ultimately became with the Dipset movement, especially in Chicago, it was so strong out here. Jim Jones molded a lot of that. And, Cameron kind of got credit for that stuff.
I agree.
I'm talking about, and in truth, I love Cam. Cam was a star. He always been. We all looked up to him.
I agree.
But in truth, I'm talking about a lot of, if you just look at it in different.
You talking about the fashion, a lot of stuff. Yeah, that do come from Jim Jones. He's not gonna get no credit.
Yeah, I know at one point, I know for a fact that Lil Wayne and them was dressing like Jim Jones to their admission.
Absolutely.
So when you think so I think that Jim Jones, and to be honest with you, I think that, and I hate to say this, I feel like Cam and them start resenting that because let's be real,
Ballin
like
was
an
a
NBA
big
team.
Yeah, Ballin was a big record.
Yeah, and Cam don't want to admit I love Cam, but I think also, and I'm not saying Jim Jones ain't without demons. He didn't made it, JoJo be the first to tell you, but I think that when you talk about the forward-facing view, on like let's say basketball, it's hard to have two stars coexist. Jim Jones started pulling ahead, being more fashion forward. Let's be real, even the Blood Gang stuff.
Right, right.
That became, I was in high school at the time, that became very popular.
In New York City in particular, basically with Jim. Yep, it did.
Yeah, no, but let's take it a step further. I'm talking about across the country.
Right. Yeah, because we had different things. We had the Bloods from the motherland, and then we had the UBN New York Bloods, and it's not the same. Although some of the principles and some of the stuff, but it seemed like the New York style of blooding became more popular based off
super popular.
Right.
Man, you had kids in Chicago. We got ain't no blood to and you had kids. Listen, look, you heard what Dirk said, so I remember claiming Dipset
Right. Yeah, Dipset was the gang. Yeah, that was the gang. Yeah.
So that's the thing, and I think that people don't hear what is being said in these interviews because there's so much content. Jim Jones said it, so then after this, I'm gonna hop off. Is he said, man, he was crying and people didn't get what he was saying. He's saying, bro, I was frontline for a lot of things.
Right.
About making Cameron look good because, it's an art to elevating your mans.
Hold on. It's a lost art because nobody wants to elevate their man. This a lost art.
So
nobody wants to say, yo, I got this, and I got that. But Doggie Diamonds, you got this. Could I get down with you and get behind you, and then you pull me up? It ain't none of that no more. It's, yo, you doing this, now I'm going to take you out. It's a lost art. And I got a lot of people in this culture.
Bro, hey, look, you preach a holy bread. Like I was in church today and was talking about, think about all great men and people that helped them build something, and the resentment. Look at
Right.
Scotty and Mike right now.
Right.
None of these none of these guys when you got a and B type of situation, and not to say who's A and not to say who's B, because it was some nights that Scotty bailed Mike out too, and it's just always an issue with that. I think Jim Jones, it broke my heart to hear Cam talk about him like that, because truthfully, you know that he was trying to dim his light to make his light better, and it's
Right.
like,
And you know what's funny about that situation, because nobody really talks about it. Even when Jim went off on Mace, he was defending Cam. Every time he went at Mace, he was defending Cam.
it was
He
all
always
about Cam,
admitted
man.
that Mace taught him how to rap. But why didn't Cam teach him how to rap? Nobody ever
Exactly.
questioned that.
But and that's the thing. It's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a Cameron zealot. Growing up here in Chicago, we idolized Cam. But I'm telling you, as that situation played out over the years, I think as history is written, Jim Jones ultimately, people root for the underdog, man, and he knows that, and he knows his narrative and his story. It's like, for them to disrespect him, and they know that he gave his all for that movement. I'm talking
Gave
about
his
blood,
blood. Yeah,
sweat,
we said it at the same time.
tears.
He literally gave his blood. Literally.
Man, that man was out there doing everything from, I just never met somebody in my life that did so much to push a movement, knowing that I'm not the number one point guard on the team. Like you said, it's a lost art, because I'm gonna get off. Like, just to internalize it, I'm gonna do what's best for the collective. That's the true meaning of brotherhood and altruism. And in truth, I don't think that Cam his legacy is going to remain intact how it was, based off of that, because you see what Jim Jones is doing. He's with all the kids. He's growing his legacy again. And I think that, back to the original question, I'm gonna go. Tony Yayo, and even like a Message Bleak type of person, even a Lloyd Banks, I don't think those guys ever said, let me establish something outside of me being with the guy. And I think Tony Yayo is, I think he is a truly loyal to 50, but it's a art. It's a difference between being loyal and being engineer of something. Like, when you look at the guys that broke off from some of the great dudes, the Kanye West of the world, even Jim Jones. I gotta say this lastly, because I know I really gotta go.
Right.
We gotta give Jim Jones the credit for him getting better. Like, Jim Jones wasn't he wasn't a great rapper at all. Jim Jones could arguably rap, is a competent rapper, not lyrically. Like, you gotta show love to anybody that got better over the years. He became a better rapper, obviously a fashion icon, putting different people in great positions, shouting a lot of dudes out. So, I just think that, Jim Jones is not getting the praise and the love that he should get because of some of the antics, but he
Right.
most certainly has the better career, man. So I'm gonna go off there, man. Peace to you, brother.
Appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button, bro.
Absolutely.
All right, peace. A lot of points made. I really can't argue with that. There was a lot of points made in that right there. Rest in peace to Stack Bundles. Of course, y'all know every October is Stacktober. Shout out to Max B. Shout out to everybody that Jim had around him too, that helped him with his artistry, but he also helped them. When Max B gets out, I would rather hear Max B and Jim than Max B and French. That's just me. 401, what's your name and where you calling from?
Oh, it's Joe from Rhode Island. What's up, Doggie Diamonds?
What's going on? You see the question. Whose career would you rather have, Jim Jones or Tony Yayo?
Usually, Jim Jones, I think his career is better. Usually, he put out more classic hits, and he keeps like the caller just said, he got better over time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just doing a lot of things. Just spit out. Tony Yayo, I like his first album, but Jim Jones just kept going. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. All the other shit.
Watch the language. Jesus, watch the language, though. Watch the language. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But like it's a good question. I'm glad you got the call-in show. I like your work.
Yes, sir.
Your commentary is good. So, but like I said, I like Jim Jones. They're both good, but
Right.
I mean, I'll take Jim Jones all day, especially on Island. Banging Jim Jones all day, more than Tony Yayo. Besides the G-Unit mixtapes.
Right.
I mean, Thoughts of Predicate Felon, that was hot. More of the 50 Cent movie, so that was hot. The last one, but that Ballin is damn near like in the club.
Right. To this
Like
day.
singing.
Yeah. Because I doubt if they play any Tony Yayo at all in the club, like anything. They not even playing none of them old records. But Ballin could still get spent to this day. Even
That's not.
yeah.
Okay, Doggie. Yup.
Yep. All right, bro. Thank you
I'm
for
listening.
calling. Roll Island is in the building. Make sure you hit that like button, okay?
Doggie, I appreciate you. Yup.
All right, appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? When you think about it, Tony Yayo might not even got no records that get played. That Tony Yayo, because Tony Yayo is a solo artist. And like I said, I rock with Yayo because he's always been fair with me. We just having hip hop banter. And I'm not giving no disclaimers or none of that. It ain't none of that. When we talking about hip hop, nobody should be offended when we talking about the culture, because we never talked about who's a gangster, who's a sucker. We talking about the music and career. 954, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, Todd from the 954.
All right, what's going on? You see the question, whose career would you rather have, Jim Jones or Tony Yayo?
Yayo all day, man. You just sit back and collect, man. You already know, for being a loyalist. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at that. So, but you rather sit back and collect or go get it?
I mean, the work has been put in already, and to be real, Yayo a better rapper. I'd say Jones was a better rapper when he thought he was Pac. But overall, if you actually listen, Yayo can spit that shit. I mean that heat.
Right. I mean, I'm not taking away from Yayo as a rapper, but what has Yayo done as far as the body of work to compete with Jim as Tony Yayo compared to Jim Jones?
He put out some mixtapes now. His mixtapes is on fire. Like, to me, I don't know about to the rest of the world.
No, Tony Yayo is an established artist. He's a household name. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I'm just saying, one-on-one, you rather sit back and collect than to go establish yourself and go get it. That's basically what you're saying.
I wouldn't say that.
This is what you said, though.
But to be the oldest YN in the game, it's not really a good look, man. And it's, I like Jones when he thought he was Pac. He you know what I'm saying? That's the Jones I like. And after that Ballin and all that junk, I wasn't really on that Jones wave, man. Like, and Max was cooler with Yayo before he went in, so that says a lot too.
Did you
know what I'm saying?
Did you know about the story when the Mobb Deep guys flipped on Max B when he was with Yayo?
No, I ain't hear about that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell the story either, but I know the story. Max B. No, I ain't even gonna do it. I'm chill.
Nah. I want to know now because I'm deep in the culture. I need to know.
Yeah. They.
I ain't never heard that story.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna tell it either. Shout out to Max B. He be home soon. All right, so you going with Yayo? I'm not mad at that. That's your opinion. I can never. I'm not gonna fight nobody's opinion. Did we talking about?
Yayo's a loyalist. And he keep it real at the end of the day. I can't say Jones really keep it all the way real, man. He be chasing clout, doing stuff for clicks, all that extra stuff, man.
Let me ask you something though, because I'm glad you said that. And this is not about your opinion, but don't we all do stuff for clicks? Don't we all have a like button under our posts and our content?
Yeah, but at that age, man, you shouldn't be having to do all that.
What's the age, though? Because, bro, let's be honest, bro. Who really has integrity anymore that ain't doing it for the likes and the clicks and the views? Who's not doing that?
No, that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
So why we penalize him, though? Why is he the most penalized for that?
Because he's supposed to be the one keeping it real. Everybody look at Jones is a real one. Yayo don't really get that type of respect when he be keeping it more real, in my opinion.
So, all right. So let me ask you something. So when 50 posts that he wrote a letter to the judge to keep for Diddy to stay in jail, and people like that's keeping it real to you?
Nah.
So what we talking about? So what we talking about? This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
People pick and choose.
Minus 50 though.
No, I'm
Yayo
just saying.
A real one, man. Look at Mozzie.
That's my bro.
I think Yayo found Mozzie.
Nah, Mozzie is Queens though. FO was, first of all, FO was already rocking with the Supreme team before G Unit. This is a fact. Shout out to I got some unreleased Maserati Fox interviews somewhere.
No, you need to throw that out there, cause Mozzie one of my top. Mozzie, what? When it comes to New York, Mozzie top 5 for me.
I don't know about all that. We ain't talking about rapping, but as far as being a good dude and a great interview, Mozzie was up there. Mozzie was gonna give you some some great content. I'm not mad at you. You going with Yayo.
So you telling me Mozzie ain't? Yo, you need to listen to the lyrics more,
bro,
man. It's about the realness.
You know,
man. It ain't all about antics and,
you know Maserati Fox. You know him personally?
Nah, but Mozzie,
right.
Transporter. I know you know Transporter.
No, what I'm saying to you is I was actually on video sets. I know Maserati Fox personally. Rest in peace. I was there on the video sets. 212 video. Remember 212? That song? Remember
I know 212.
I was on that video set. Yes.
Okay.
That's right. I'm not, despite how some people might think, I'm one of the guys that was outside doing the DVDs when it was, I didn't start on YouTube. I started DVDs in the streets. Then I brought it to YouTube. But I was outside with the Mozzies, the Mel Matrix, the Uncle Murders, the Yonkers. I was there, and I got documentation to prove it. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You dig up some of that, or some of them old tracks, man. You find some heat rock.
No. I definitely rock with Mozzie. That was my guy. All right, bro. Let me get some more callers in. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, okay?
All right, say less, gang.
Yep. All right, peace. 646, you from home, so you qualify. What's your name? Ricky Ricardo? All right. You sound a little low. Could you talk a little louder or turn your phone up?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so listen. Jim Jones or Tony Yayo, who career would you rather have?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to Doggie Diamonds.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. And then so I know you're familiar with the books, like the 48 Laws and by Robert Greene and the Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Of course, I'm more of the Art of War guy, and I'm also more of mastering the Art of War. A lot of people didn't read Mastering the Art of War, but continue on your bill.
All right, so the build is this. I think if we was going to take it from a basic artistry standpoint, it's like revisiting the verses from last night.
Okay.
Yayo can't even walk through Central Park with Jimmy in that regard. Jimmy got way too much work.
Got you.
But yes, the overall aesthetic from an artist from their typical era all the way to now, how it's being perceived, Yayo is the better individual in this regard. Like I heard you say things about the antics online, so forth and so on, being real, this, that, and the third. A lot of callers is calling in saying certain things, but from the outside looking in, yeah, Yayo could collect, but he has the room, like how Cam try to reference when they be throwing their shots. I know you see it. I don't want to be long-winded. That I don't want to be at a certain clip in my life. Having to, like, everybody want to go out and get it, like you said, but having to do walkthroughs for a little bit of change at a certain tenure of the career, you got to remember at one point Jones was going at Hove. Hove is never doing no walkthrough for no $35, $50 right.
But so Jay-Z is an elite crew, and it ain't too many of them.
Nah, but
it's probably only like 3 or 4 of them.
He's an elite, but at one point, that elite dude did a whole Ballin remake. You know what I mean? He did a whole Ballin remake. So I know Jones will always fall back on Ballin. I like Jones and Yayo. Like I said, lyrically, artistry-wise, Yayo can't rock with him.
So you didn't
But at
pick
the
though. You got to
time,
pick. You got to pick who career you rather have.
I'll do Tony Yayo's right now.
Okay, and where you from too? Because you from the town, but I want to know from where.
Oh yeah, I'm from Long Island, New York, respectfully.
All right, so you I'm gonna give Long Island a Long Island because some people be like, yo, you too close to Queens, so you biased. But all right, nah. What part of LA you from? What part of LA you from?
I'm from Glen Cove, Long Island.
Okay, Glen Cove. That's where Ashanti is from. Yeah, shout out to Glen Cove. You know what I'm saying?
Respect
Yeah.
Ashanti.
Yes, sir. All right, that's what it is. You got Tony Yayo. All right, I don't have an issue with that. All right, bro. So let me get some more callers in. Make sure you hit that like button for me too.
Absolutely.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. I mean, call in. You know what I'm saying? Call in. I want to know what y'all think. It's very, very important. If you're in New York City, especially, call in. 706. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Brooklyn.
I'm listen. What part of BK you from? Turn the computer down too for me, if you
East
could.
Flatbush.
East Flatbush. Okay, so I might know where you leaning with this one. All right. So who career would you rather have, Tony Yayo or Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
Qualify why Jim Jones. Tell me why you rather have Jim Jones'
All right.
career.
When it comes to loyalty and everything like that, I think we all love loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
On some man shit.
Right. Watch the language. Go ahead though. Mm-hmm.
I'd rather go get it by myself. That's one.
Okay.
We've also even heard 50 talk about how lazy those guys were. Like it's easy to just say I'm loyal because that guy is gonna always do something for you. But look at all the everyone else that 50 has put on. You know, even the babies and all of these other guys that he's linked up with. It's not the same thing with Yayo. Them guys is just they under him. Even Memphis Bleak, as loyal as he is to Hove, I remember when he had the town, like everybody was on some Memphis Bleak shit. I can't say the same. Yayo was always connected to G Unit, and respectfully, he's good. He's dope. But Jimmy is just as big as Cam, if not like where Cam is like lyrically above him. You know, if it was sliders, I can't say he has that many sliders above Jim in other things besides lyricism. Jim was always frontline. Jim is Dipset. He's the most consistent out of Dipset. Joel's would have been the guy at one point, but he fell off. Cam left too.
Right. He did.
So, you know, if it's for career and if one of them died, God forbid, right now, and you had to choose, I think a lot of people, if they you know, take away their biases, they pick Jim. There's more heart into it. There's way more heart. You can feel it. You can feel how he put everything on the line. I can't say those guys put everything on the line for 50 that way. They were just following the leader. If anything, Jimmy was a leader.
Right. And
like he didn't try to outshine the master.
Right. And I would say 50 is definitely a better leader than Cameron. Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely
yes.
a better leader.
And even right now, even if you're watching it, I mean that respectfully, Cam is as cocky as Cam is, and this is a totally different Cam. I would never see like everything that Jim was trying to do, even link up with G Unit and everything like that. That was all Jimmy back then. Look who's doing it now.
Right.
It's Cam doing it right now.
Right. Yeah. Yo. So I respect it. You bring a lot of points. A lot of points. Yeah. You gave me some perspective. I wasn't even thinking about some of that. So yeah, that's why I like the call-in shows, because y'all get to call in and let me know some stuff that I ain't even think about. But BK, East Flatbush in the building. You from the Brownsville East Flatbush, or you from
East Flatbush?
Okay,
East Flatbush by Flatbush Junction.
Okay. I ain't messing with the Junction. You know, a lot of people don't know about y'all don't know how old you are, but the Junction was a movie at one point.
It was 42.
Okay, you 42, so you might have missed it by a couple of years. It got a little better. The junction, it used to be up at the junction. I don't know what it is now.
It definitely.
That's where you get that L train
yeah.
at. Yeah, you going.
Yeah.
In them damn steps. Yeah, it get kind of crazy, the junction. Yo, you know I used to carry my bike up them steps? I never took the escalator. I would used to just challenge myself because I used to be like, yo, what if it's on? I want to show people I could carry a whole bike. Dead ass serious. I used to carry a bike. Used to carry the bike up the junction steps, straight like that. I used to be like, yo, I don't care. Like, I'm a show dudes, and people used to look at me like, damn, he carrying that bike. Just leave him alone. Word. I used to carry a bike up them junction steps. But yo, I appreciate you calling. Brooklyn always in the house. Yeah, make sure you hit that that like button, bro.
I got you.
Yep. All right. Peace. He brought up some he brought up some points. Yo, Shiz Marvin, call in, bro. Call in. You keeping the chatting. I respect it, but I want to hear your perspective. Call in 516-218-6898. Call in. You know what I'm saying? Call in. I want to hear. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. 718. That's the town right here. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, it's your boy Kirk Ski. I always be shouting you out, doggy. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you.
Support and love.
All right, you from the town. What part of the town you from?
From Money Making Manhattan, man.
Money Making Manhattan. See, they don't know about that. You ain't say Harlem. You said Money Making Manhattan because people don't understand.
From uptown.
But this is
from uptown, Money Making Manhattan. I'm going to say it like that.
But this is the point that I'm making to you, bro. It used to be Money Making Manhattan. And people used to claim Harlem, but Money Making Manhattan was big too, because you got some people that's from LES. You got people that's really from Manhattan, and it's not always Harlem. You know, people out of town think Manhattan means Harlem. Nah, you got Manhattan. That's his own borough. So where you going with this? Whose career would you rather have, Jim Jones or Tony Yayo?
I'm going to go with Jimmy, man.
Okay.
Simply because of the body of work.
Okay.
And as the caller previously said, you know what I'm saying, Jim's body of work, and he got better and better and better over the years. So, like, he has a whole catalog compared to Yayo. Don't get it twisted. Yayo is nice. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I respect Yayo, you know, his lyricist and all that stuff, but it's just the body of work. I would rather have that career because I can sit there and perform multiple songs that people actually know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to having just the 50 features, things of that nature. His is limited compared to Jim in that aspect.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But respectfully, that's what I'm going with.
All right, I respect it. Shout out to the whole Money Making Manhattan in the building. That's that 40 deuce. They don't know nothing about the 40 deuce before Giuliani.
They don't know nothing about 40 deuce. They don't know
Disney
about uptown. You see, in Harlem, we say, you know, we call it Crime Square. You know, you got Times Square and you got Crime Square. So, you know, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Before Disney bought it, we talking about the deuce with the prostitutes and karate movies.
We talking about, you know what I'm saying, with the porno joints all over the place.
Everywhere,
you know
going to the flicks. Yeah, you had to.
Yeah, exactly, and all that. You know what I mean? When you can play video games at the train station.
I'm about to say, they just got to watch The Warriors. The Warriors might give them a little taste of that. You know what I'm saying? That was the 40 deuce train
station. But it was a snippet, though. That's a snippet, though.
Yeah. But we lived through that. New York was a rough place.
Yeah, we actually seen that.
Yo, remember we had transit police? Remember we had transit cops?
Of course.
They don't know nothing about that. Yeah, there's
people don't know about running through the train station, writing graffiti and all that stuff, watching the third rail. We ain't talking about spit. We talking about beyond that.
Yo, running through them train stations. Yo, damn, you brought back some crazy memories. But yo, and it's a precinct in 40 deuce too. Don't get it twisted.
Of course.
It's a precinct in there. But yo, I appreciate you for always showing love. Just one thing for me, make sure you hit that like button for me.
I always hit the like button. I hit that already. That's already been done, fam.
All right, so I need you to leave a comment when we done on this video. Let them know what time you called in. Time stamp it in the chat. You know, so they could. I appreciate
I'm about to switch back over to the chat. I'm on the phone with you like that because, you know what I mean, I'm at work too. So at the same time, you know what I mean, I'm still trying to lock in with you though.
All right, mate. Stay safe at your job, bro.
Likewise, my brother. You already know.
Yep. All right. Peace.
Easy.
I mean, yo, we need some more callers, man. Let me take a couple of more callers, and I want to show y'all something real quick, exclusive, something you never saw before. Let me take a few more callers, and then I'm gonna show y'all something. An interview that's banned, that's trying to be suppressed. If I did put it out, I would probably omit some stuff in this day and time. But I did an interview before that crazy information in there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shut the phone lines down now. I'm gonna shut them down now. I'm gonna shut them down now. I thank everybody for calling in. I just want to show y'all something really quick. Because I got a lot to edit, and I ain't really got no time to be on here like that. I just want to get on here and kick it with y'all real quick. So, I'll give y'all a little backstory. So this interview right here was an interview that I did with J.R. Ryder that he just doesn't want to come out. It was a lot of things said in his interview. His excuse for not wanting the interview to come out at that particular time, he was on parole. He had reefer in his hand. I respected it. The interview was still relevant because you know how I ask my questions and how I do what I do. Of course, he's probably off parole, so him having the reefer don't matter. This interview was deep. And I think some of the things he said, he might have not wanted to say it. Yeah, this is one of those. I did this interview. This is right before, matter of fact, this interview was so old. This is right before he went and did his prison time. I will click on any part of this interview. I haven't seen this interview in a while. I remember a lot that was said because I know the questions that I asked, but he don't want this interview to come out. Let's just say that he don't want this interview to come out. And I don't believe that lightning could strike twice. This interview was so good. He was like, we could do it over. I didn't want to do it over because I think at this particular time he had a different temperament because he was about to go to prison. So he was a little bit more raw in the interview. I think if we would do the interview now, he would really be politically correct. And I don't like politically correct. I like that hitting. So somebody in the chat, pick a time. And whatever time you pick, the interview is, let me see how long the interview is. The interview is 30 minutes long. Somebody in the chat, pick a time. And I'll just click that time and play from that part. Whatever he says is whatever he says. So again, hold on. Let me stop the music. I'm here. Somebody in the chat, just pick a time. And I'll click that time and just play whatever he says from right there, like 30 seconds. 9:17. Well, Coach wins because she's the moderator and she was the first one on the thing. So I'm going to go to exactly 9:17 in the interview and play whatever he says from that time. All right, it's 9:18. What does he say?
Like, all right, cool. He's looking out for both of our interests, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that, you know what I mean?
It was a conflict of interest.
Yeah, so it's like, shit crazy, man.
Was any money taken from you that shouldn't be taken from you, in your opinion?
Nigga know the Doggie Diamonds know them questions, man. I mean,
because you get a budget, right? And this budget is for this budget's for this is for this. Was it ever time, was it misappropriated funds where you was like, hold up, man, this shit cost this ain't cost this ain't cost that. And it was money possibly taken that could have been in your pocket.
it's definitely, I mean, yeah, definitely. My first deal. My second deal was a little different.
Okay.
But, you know, when I sat back after everything crumbled, I sat back, you know what I'm saying? Because, nigga, you know what I mean? Cam had got low for a minute, so.
Yeah, yo, this one is one of them ones, though. I'm going to tell y'all, this one of them ones. This one of them ones. I'm telling y'all, this one of them ones. Like, the shit that came out in this interview is why he don't want it out. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I might have to throw this on Patreon or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, say Forbes DVD. It ain't got nothing to do with that. This was my interview Yo, this is one of the ones. Because when he said Cam got low for a while, he went into that story. Goodness gracious. This is one of them ones. If y'all love the Max B interview, and y'all not gonna get exclusive stuff anywhere else like this. I respect everybody and I salute everybody who's showing up for me and who hit the like or whatever. But this is one of them ones, and this is one of them ones. I'm telling you, if you love the Max B interview, this is one of them ones right here where it was like, huh? And I'm privy to certain information. That's why he said them questions, because I know what happened in certain dudes' budgets and all that. And yeah, it get dark. It get dark. You know the type of dark I'm talking about. Like this interview get dark. And I'm gonna show you how dark it get in a minute. Hold on. I gotta show you how dark it get, because if I don't show you how dark it get, it don't really get dark. So it get real dark, like this. We gotta go to it get like this dark. This is one of them ones. This is one of them interviews. I might have to put it behind the paywall, because you don't want it out, and I'm just gonna let it fly. Of course, I'm going to remix it. It's not gonna say Forbes DVD, because even a lot of interviews in that time, it wasn't really a Forbes DVD thing. It was a Doggie Diamonds thing, but I didn't have my own outlet. So yeah, man, it get dark. So dark. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. Also, hold on, if I may, because y'all gotta really, really tap into what I got going on. Like I said, sometimes I don't be wanting to put stuff out because I be thinking to be going overheads and people not ready. But this week is a big week. I'm letting a lot of stuff fly. If I can, let me see something really quick. That's not it. Yes, you see what it is. This took place as well. This took place. Crazy. This took place. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the bro. So I could play anything from here. Watch.
With Motown Records and Funkmaster Flex drop bombs on Bang to this. Like, I remember that vividly because, all the years of going to New York and, when you hear Hot 97, that was like the Wizard of Oz. That's, man, I mean, these dudes with their stories. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So if y'all don't know the history of me and Benzino, anytime you see Benzino and he's in the interview bugging, he never gonna be like that with me, because that's the big bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always gonna be tame and regular with me. When he see me, he know I'm not here to attack him. I'm not gonna ask him no loaded questions. I ain't gonna ask him. And then I have another interview that hold on. You say what you say? Hold on. Call in, huh? All right. Let me address that comment real quick. So you said call in. I'm biting them wreck. Why would I have to bite somebody when I predate them doing call-in shows? But see, that's what I was saying to y'all. Like, people will come in the chat and say stuff and expect me to go off. Why would I have to bite somebody who I showed how to go live? But nobody gonna be honest though. I was going live in 2015. So we're gonna have people who come from other platforms to say, oh, you're biting somebody. I'm Doggie Diamonds. I'm the innovator. I don't have to bite nobody. And shout out to anybody who doing what they do. But see, this is when I say stuff and I address stuff on camera, people would think, didn't I just tell y'all about that earlier? I told y'all about that earlier, right? Didn't I say people will come in the chat and say stuff to get you to react and then think that, yeah, look, I'm gonna make them mad. I'm the originator of this shit. It was Star and Doggie Diamonds. And I learned a lot from Star. And then I spread the word. All these dudes is going live. They either learn from me or Star. This is a fact. So, I'm on the camera though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to copy nobody. I never bit nothing from nobody in my life. I'm the originator of a lot of stuff. And if I was a biter, why do I have all the content? Why do I have the content in my possession? Salute to everybody and what they doing. But you're going to have bozos who want to keep it going, and then I'm forced to say something in defense of myself. And the more I speak the truth, I start smashing other people's lives. I ain't even really here for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the content. But more importantly, appreciate those who rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody can say that I'm a biter. Because I could show you calling shows with me, and I had the other dude with me from Skype. 2015. 2015, I started this. And you know what? You know me, right? What do I like to do? I like to show and prove everything. I don't like to just talk. I like to show and prove. Talking means nothing. Documentation beats conversation. You never have to talk when you can show and prove. You never have to talk when you can show and prove. So without showing y'all my back end, my money and none of that, look. Look. You can see my back end. Professor Griff. Look at the date that I was doing shows, not content. And then I'm going to show you when I started going live. But we outside with Nori, Choke, you know. Get your video on here. C's, Cheddar Bang. Look at the date. 2015. What's my first live show? The Youngsters, YDB. Angry Fan. We outside with all this. Traj, Cassidy, we outside. Mo from Ray from that show, Spliff Star. Look, we outside. Miz. Oh, this is the Lost Nile interview. I forgot that I never put that out. Damn. I want to show y'all my first live show. Because remember, we was here. Look, we was still here. We was doing this live.
Too much work.
The daughter of Anthony Wolf Jones, Puffy Bodyguard, speaks on Diddy never reaching out to her. That's 10 years ago. I was doing call-ins and look, hold on. Cause we gotta show, we documentation be conversation. We don't ever gotta talk. We could just show and prove everything. And I know y'all call people, I don't gotta do that. But for the people who run their mouth, you could say, nah, bro was already doing that. What does that say? DoggieDiamondsTV.com, right? What's about to come on? Doggie Diamonds live show. 10 years ago with Uncle Tad. Y'all know him. Let's play it.
Karma Kane. Music by DJ Big M. And I am your host, Doggie Diamonds.
Oh, goodness. Look how long ago this was. I did that beat, too. Look. This 10 years ago.
The circumstances around your father's death, right?
That's 10 years ago. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? 10 years ago. And then I can show you 10 years ago of me being in the crib. Y'all want me to go? Hold on. I can show y'all. Like I said, documentation be conversation. We never going to cap. We never going to say, I did this. I'm the original of this, that, and the third. Although I am of a lot of stuff. Nobody will really say that I'm the original of a lot of stuff. They will always put somebody else in that position. But look. Saigon. I'm going to show y'all. We're going to show and prove everything. This one we outside. I want to show y'all when I got in the crib. Source Money. I forgot I had a currency interview. Lazario's Big Pun did not hit Jay-Z with a bottle. Did not. Cicero, Snooty Wild, rest in peace. K. Shine, Ralph McDaniels, Sheik Luch, Charlie Clips, Tay Rock. It's all outside. We outside with this. We still in 2015 though. Cat Stacks, we still in 2015. Chess, John the Don, Briz Roy, we still in 2015. Dr. Umar Johnson. We still in 2015. We still in 2015. We still 10 years ago. Danny Myers. I want to get to my first live show in the crib. We still in 2015. You're putting in that work. Oh, we in 16 now. SETI. I think I might have said, look, the first time you ever seen gun titles on camera together, that was me. The first time. Cam Newton. Shotgun. Shoulda da Dub. Nori. Tragedy Gaddafi. Matter of fact, let me play this, because this is essential. This is essential. This is essential to the culture right now. Hold on. This is essential.
Actually, the guest that we're interviewing right now.
I'm the guest today on my own shit. This is dope. You know what I'm saying?
He's the guest on his own show. So, oh God.
She keep hitting the camera and shit. She's an amateur. You know, you gotta forgive her. But
I'm tall.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, no,
Amazon.
I won't do that anymore. Exactly. But so I mean, we are going to interview you like a regular guest. We're going to ask you questions like we'd ask any other guest. One of the things that I wanted to ask to start is, I mean, I think that, and I've seen this on social media a lot too, is that obviously we're starting to see you more, and it used to be where people would recognize you strictly from your voice, as they always do. But now it's like we're starting to see the face. And what made you decide to start showing who you are, as well as us hearing who you are?
I felt like I wasn't branded. I felt like I hid behind Forbes DVD, so people would say, "Yo, Forbes is coming." And Forbes could be anybody. It's like, who owns McDonald's? You know what I'm saying? You know Ronald McDonald, but Ronald McDonald ain't shit. He's just a fucking figurehead. You know, they even phased Ronald McDonald out. Like, you don't even see Grimace, the Hamburglar, nobody no more, or the Fry Guys, or none of them people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, McDonald's is the brand. The only thing you know is the Golden Arches. And with Forbes, everybody, when we used to say Forbes, you would say, people would say the green, everybody knew the color green, but I never got branded as who I was and what I contributed to this game. So I realized that other people were branding themselves. They were getting on camera and they were doing things, and they was getting walkthroughs. They was getting opportunities. They was getting to get on different shows and hosting and radio positions. And I'm like, well, why the fuck I'm not getting that shit? And then I realized because nobody knew who the fuck I was. They just knew Forbes. So Forbes could be anybody. So I said, you know what? All right, you have to get on camera. You have to come from behind the camera, give up your whole anonymous thing that you was doing. Because at one point people used to do interviews on camera. Then when I started doing interviews behind the camera, that became the thing for people to do too. So no matter what I do, motherfuckers copy me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, I need to brand myself. I was an artist first. I'm still an artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people got to know who I am and individually besides the company.
I think the other thing is too, when you talk about the anonymity, usually people do that to sort of hide from something.
I wasn't
but
hiding.
You're not hiding,
No.
and you've always been very vocal, so people always knew that you're always present online.
Yeah.
So it does make sense at this point to just say this is who I am, and you guys can see me just like you hear me. So yeah, definitely. One of the other things, obviously, is at this point now, we could talk about on a personal level. You have a weight loss journey.
Oh yeah, I lost 115 pounds to date. I went from 298 to 183. That's what I weigh today is 183.
What did you do to get to that?
First, I started out doing a diet called the 40.
All right, so yeah, I just wanted to show y'all. This is relevant to something, but y'all can watch that on your own time if y'all want. I got more stuff, but I'm trying to get to when I first went live. I think that's important for y'all to see that. So who you could compare and contrast. I was going live there. That was every Wednesday, call-ins, callers, everything. But then I started doing lives in the crib. And I want to get to that lives in the crib and what year did I start doing it. Then it's Farrah Funeral and Papa Wu's Sons. Oh, I got to repurpose this right here. I got to find Jojo Capone. That was me in the crib. But when I first got on the camera, this is me, the Troy Ave incident. I was in the crib. B Magic, I was outside. Danny Myers, I was outside. JC. All of this, Granddaddy IU, all of this, me doing the Tragedy Gaddafi video, Hattie Racks. Right here, this is when I started advertising. July 6, 2016. No Filter podcast is coming. Jeezy told your children to trap or die, but sent his son to college. This was July 5th, 2016. The first episode was Alton Sterling. I was behind the camera. But I'm trying to show y'all Decepticons, the history. If you didn't see that, that's dope. Hold on. Because we're going to show y'all when I got on camera in the crib. We going to show. This is me. I used to go to the supermarket. Sadat X. Damn, why is all of this in the yellow? Oh no, I gotta go through my catalog. A lot of my videos is in the yellow. Why? Look, hip hop trivia with Doggie Diamonds. I'm in one of the honeycombs. This is where I got people to ask me questions
about hip hop. What y'all want? Ask me anything. I bet.
That's in the crib. That's in the crib. Hold on. We've been doing live stuff like, and then you go through other people's channel and look when they started. Guarantee. We in 2016. We in 2016. Rollo, Lethal Lips, Shabazz the Disciple, Future, Petey Crack. Damn, all of this is in the yellow. Oh, you know what? I got to go through my channel. Charlemagne, the God, I'm with him. Leek Moss, Rozelle, Graf, Charlemagne. Oskino, that's when I had The Office, right? I didn't know that all of this was in the yellow. Oh, I got to go through these videos and make sure they're monetized. Yellow, see, look, yellow is limited where you can't get monetizations on the videos. So I got to make sure that Fab, look at this, 254,000 views and all that. I got to show Focus the producer, DV Elias Christ. What was my first show in the crib? Because I started doing live streams. You know what? Damn, you know what I forgot? I erased a lot of videos because of what happened. I erased a lot of them live streams. Ali Vegas, 5.2. I know one for sure. Let me see if I can find it for you. Hold on. I know one for sure. One for sure. Don't look at my tabs either and try to look at my tabs and be like, why you got so much tabs open? But I got one for sure. Okay. Yeah, see, I went past this. I went past this. I'll show y'all the date. Here goes the date. This is Doggie Diamonds No Filter live. Diddy is foul, but always talking about God. This date on this would be
Big dinner box, 8 wings.
9 years ago. And you can see me in the crib. See? Look at this. This is 9 years ago. So I went from this to where I'm sitting right now. I went from this to where I'm sitting right now. This is 9 years ago. So I don't know what people be talking about. Was taking callers. So you see it's episode 31. So I had more episodes than that. Then I had another one for sure. Dropping shit. Hold on. Show y'all another one. Hold on. Why I did homage to Guru. How come hip hop doesn't talk about Guru from Gangstar? I could show you Hangouts, Google Hangouts. 8 years ago. I didn't even wear shades back then because I didn't have them bright ass lights. DeVita was with me. That's what they want to know.
He said
Does he know Primo? See, you got to die. You Primo. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? This was a homage to
ran the 90s.
This was a homage to Guru 8 years ago. So yeah. Tell a friend to tell a friend that when people come running their mouth, let them know who the originator is. That's 8 years ago, 10 years ago, that I was going live, taking callers and all of that. So anybody who want to come and say, oh, you doing something like somebody else, that's cap. Somebody doing something like me, but it's there for everybody to do it, right? Like this thing, it's not mine, it's everybody's doing it now. Miss Benzo, what's going on? But on that note, I got to get up out of here. I got some editing to do. I got some other footage, man. I wish I could show y'all that, but I can't. Because this footage I'm about to show you, this footage that I could show y'all, that gets very, very, very dark. Anyway. Yo, I was in Google Hangouts. I used to do Google. They don't even got Google Hangouts no more. But yo, when y'all talk about live streams and who do this and do this, who I'm doing that, man, who live stream look the best?